Long before he became one of the highest paid footballers in the world, long before he lifted the FIFA World Cup, Kylian Mbappé was simply a young boy with an extraordinary dream. He was born on December 20, 1998 in Paris, France. But his real story began in Bondy, a working-class suburb northeast of Paris. Bondy wasn't he famous for luxury, it wasn't he known for wealth. It was known for hard work, strong communities, and producing talented athletes. Football was everywhere. Children played in parks, schoolyards, empty streets, any place where a ball could roll. For young Kylian, football wasn't he just a game, it was already becoming his life. He was born into a family where sports were part of everyday life. His father, Wilfried Mbappé, worked as a football coach. Wilfried understood the game at a professional level. He knew how to develop young talent. More importantly, he knew that talent alone was never enough. Discipline, patience, respect, and hard work mattered far more. From the very beginning, Wilfried became Kylian's first coach. Every training session had purpose. Every mistake became a lesson. Every success required even more work. His mother, Faisal Amari, had also been a professional athlete. She played handball at a high level. From her, Kylian learned competitiveness, mental strength, self-confidence, and the importance of staying calm under pressure. Athletic excellence surrounded him every day. His older adopted brother, Jas Kemboikoko, was already pursuing a professional football career. Watching his brother train gave young Kylian even greater motivation. Football became the language of the family. Almost every conversation involved sports. As soon as Kylian could walk, he wanted to chase a football. His father noticed something unusual almost immediately. The boy wasn't he afraid. He loved competing against older children. Even when he was much smaller, he refused to stop attacking. His speed amazed everyone. At an age when most children struggled to control the ball, Kylian was already outrunning defenders several years older than him. His acceleration seemed different, one step, two steps, and suddenly he was gone. Opponents could barely react. His coaches quickly realized they weren't watching an ordinary child. Training became increasingly serious. Morning sessions, school, afternoon practice, weekend matches, recovery, then another week. While many children spent afternoons playing video games, Kylian spent hours improving his technique. Passing, dribbling, finishing, ball control, positioning. His father constantly reminded him natural talent gets you noticed. Hard work keeps you there. Soon Kylian joined the youth academy of his Bondy. The club had developed many talented players, but coaches quickly agreed Mbappé was different. He wasn't only fast, he understood space. He anticipated defenders. He made intelligent decisions. Even as a child, his football IQ stood out. Scouts from across France began hearing about a remarkable young player from Bondy. Some refused to believe the stories until they watched him themselves. Every tournament produced another unforgettable performance. Goals, assists, explosive runs. Defenders struggled to stop him. Soon France's most prestigious football academy took notice. In Clairefontaine. For young French footballers, Clairefontaine represents a dream. It has produced many of France's greatest players. Only the country's most exceptional young talents receive invitations. Kylian earned his place. Moving to Clairefontaine meant competing against the best young players in France every single day. The level was much higher. Training became more demanding. Every player had been the star of his previous club. Now everyone was talented. Competition became relentless. Instead of struggling, Kylian improved even faster. His speed became even more explosive. His finishing became more clinical. His confidence continued growing. Coaches admired not only his ability but also his attitude. He listened, he learned, he trained harder than many expected. Soon rumors spread across Europe. Major clubs began monitoring the teenager from Bondy. Scouts from some of the biggest football clubs in the world traveled to watch him play. Many believed France had discovered another once-in-a-generation talent. Some even compared him to Henry, one of France's greatest strikers. Others saw similarities to Cristiano Ronaldo. The comparisons created enormous expectations, but Kylian remained focused. Every day he returned to the training ground because he understood something important. Dreams are built on ordinary days, thousands of hours, thousands of repetitions, thousands of small improvements. The boy from Bondy who once chased a football through neighborhood streets was rapidly becoming the brightest young football talent in France. Soon Europe's biggest clubs would begin fighting for his signature, and the football world would witness the beginning of one of the fastest rises in modern sports history. By the age of 15, Kylian Mbappé had become one of the most exciting young footballers in France. Scouts from Europe's biggest clubs filled the stands wherever he played. Representatives from Real Madrid C.F., Manchester City F.C., Chelsea F.C., Liverpool F.C., and many other elite clubs wanted to sign him. One invitation stood above all the others. As a teenager, Mbappé visited Real Madrid's training center. There he met his childhood idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. Years earlier, Kylian had covered his bedroom walls with Cristiano's posters. Now he was training beside him. For many young players, that moment alone would have felt like a dream. But Kylian and his family believed something different. He needed playing time, not just a famous club. Instead of joining a European giant immediately, he chose as Monaco FC. Monaco had built a reputation for developing young stars. The club promised him something priceless, an opportunity. Every training session became another step toward professional football. Older players quickly noticed his confidence. Despite being one of the youngest members of the squad, he played without fear. His acceleration stunned defenders, his finishing impressed coaches, his work ethic earned respect inside the dressing room. Then history arrived. On December 2, 2015, at only 16 years and 347 days old, Kylian Mbappé made his professional debut for AS Monaco. The stadium applauded. Television commentators immediately recognized the significance. He became the youngest first-team player in Monaco's history, breaking a long-standing record previously held by one of France's greatest football legends, Thierry Henry. For a teenager, breaking Thierry Henry's record seemed almost unbelievable. But Mbappé wasn't finished. Just a few months later, he scored his first professional goal. Again, history changed. At only 17 years old, he became the youngest goalscorer in AS Monaco history, once again breaking another Thierry Henry record. French newspapers immediately began asking one question: is this the next superstar of world football? The 2016-17 season answered that question. Monaco built one of the most exciting young teams in Europe. Mbappé became its biggest sensation. Week after week, he scored goals, created chances, destroyed defenses with explosive speed. Veteran defenders struggled to stop him. Some were faster, some were stronger, but very few could match his combination of speed, intelligence, timing, and finishing. By the middle of the season, the entire football world was watching. Then came one of the greatest achievements in Monaco's modern history. Against enormous expectations, Monaco won the Ligue 1 championship, ending Paris Saint-Germain F.C.'s dominance of French football. Mbappé became one of the youngest stars ever to lead a championship-winning team. He finished the season with more than 25 goals in all competitions. Remarkable numbers for a player who was still a teenager. But domestic football was only part of the story. The UEFA Champions League introduced Mbappé to the world. Europe's biggest clubs, the strongest defenders, the brightest lights, the highest pressure. Instead of being intimidated, he became even better. He scored against Manchester City F.C., then against Borussia Dortmund, then against Juventus F.C. Every goal increased his reputation. Every match increased his market value. Football experts could hardly believe what they were witnessing. A teenager competing against some of the greatest defenders in the world and winning. Commentators began describing him as football's next global superstar. His performances and comparisons with legends. Some called him the new Thierry Henry. Others compared his speed to Cristiano Ronaldo. Some even believed he possessed the natural talent to become one of the greatest players in history. As his performances improved, transfer offers exploded. Europe's biggest clubs entered a bidding war. Real Madrid returned. Paris Saint-Germain world champion by the summer of 2017. Every major football club in Europe wanted Kylian Mbappé. Was only 18 years old. Yet experts already believed he could become one of the greatest footballers of his generation. The transfer market exploded. The biggest clubs prepared record-breaking offers. Then football history changed. Kylian Mbappé signed for Paris Saint-Germain F. See, the deal was initially structured as a loan, but soon became a permanent transfer worth more than 180 million. It became one of the most expensive transfers in football history. Only one player had ever cost more. For a teenager, the pressure was enormous. Many wondered whether anyone could justify such a massive price. Kylian answered on the pitch. From his very first matches, he played with confidence. Speed, intelligence, fearlessness, goals came almost every week. His partnership with Neymar and later Lionel Messi created one of the most famous attacking trios in football history. Fans around the world filled stadiums simply to watch them play together. Season after season, Mbappé continued improving. He became the face of Paris Saint-Germain, winning League One titles, domestic cups, Super Cups, scoring hundreds of goals, breaking club records, breaking league records, breaking age records. His pace terrified defenders. 1 second he stood beside them, the next he was 10 meters ahead. His finishing became more clinical every year. Left foot, right foot, inside the penalty area, outside the penalty area, counterattacks, headers, penalties. He scored in every possible way. Soon he became past as all-time leading goal scorer, one of the greatest achievements in the club's history. But while Mbappé dominated French football, something even bigger awaited him. The 2018 FIFA World Cup, hosted in Russia. France arrived with one of the strongest squads in the tournament, yet few expected the 19-year-old Mbappé to become its biggest star. Then the tournament began. Against Argentina, Mbappé announced himself to the world. His breathtaking speed shocked defenders. He won a penalty, scored twice, and delivered one of the greatest performances ever produced by a teenager at a World Cup. Football legends praised him, commentators compared him to Pele. For the first time in decades, a teenager had dominated the biggest stage in world football. France continued winning. Quarterfinals, semi-finals, then the final. France defeated Croatia. Kylian Mbappé scored in the World Cup final. At only 19 years old, he became one of the youngest players in history to score in a FIFA World Cup final. France became world champions. The celebrations spread across the entire country. Millions filled the streets. Mbappé had become a national hero. Almost overnight, he transformed from a rising football talent into a global superstar. Sponsors rushed to sign him. Fans wore his jersey. Children copied his celebrations. His face appeared on magazine covers across every continent. The world had discovered football as next icon. The years that followed only strengthened his reputation. He continued scoring extraordinary numbers of goals, winning trophies, breaking records, finishing among the world's best players. Then came another unforgettable challenge, the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. By now, Mbappé wasn't simply one of France's stars, he was the leader of the team. The expectations were enormous. Again, he delivered goal after goal, match-winning performances, explosive attacks. France reached another World Cup final. Standing between Mbappé and a second world title was Argentina, led by Lionel Messi. Many called it the perfect final, one generation as legend against football as future. The match became one of the greatest finals in football history. France fell behind, but Mbappé refused to surrender. Within moments, he scored twice. Later, he completed an incredible hat-trick, 3 goals. By his mid-20s, Kylian Mbappé was no longer just one of the world's greatest footballers. He had become one of the most valuable sports brands on the planet. Every goal, every trophy, every record increased not only his reputation but also his income. Football became the foundation of an extraordinary business empire. His first major source of wealth was his professional football contract. During his years at Paris Saint-Germain FC, Mbappé signed one of the richest contracts in football history. His salary reached tens of millions of euros every season, but his base salary was only the beginning. He also received enormous performance bonuses, winning League One, winning domestic cups, qualifying for the UEFA Champions League, scoring goals, providing assists, individual awards. Every achievement increased his earnings. Some seasons his total football income reportedly exceeded 100 million before taxes, depending on salary, bonuses, and commercial agreements. Very few athletes in history had ever earned that much from a single season. But football wages represented only one part of the story. Global companies wanted something even more valuable: the Mbappé brand. His speed, his smile, his professionalism, his worldwide popularity. These qualities attracted some of the biggest companies on earth. One of his largest commercial partnerships came with Nike. Nike recognized his potential long before he reached his peak. The company signed him as one of its global ambassadors. Mbappé appeared in worldwide advertising campaigns, commercials, billboards, television advertisements, digital marketing, special edition football boots. Millions of young footballers dreamed of wearing the same boots as Mbappé. Nike transformed him into one of the faces of modern football. Luxury brands also joined his growing portfolio. Swiss watch manufacturer Hublot selected Mbappé as one of its global ambassadors. The partnership connected elite football with luxury watches, international events, exclusive campaigns, VIP appearances. Every agreement strengthened his image as more than an athlete. He had become a luxury brand. Eyewear company Oakley also partnered with Mbappe's image represented speed, performance, innovation, and modern athletic excellence. Exactly the qualities global brands wanted. Soon commercial contracts arrived from many other companies: technology firms, video game publishers, sports nutrition brands, travel companies, luxury products, financial services. Every partnership generated additional millions. His image rights became one of his greatest financial assets. Rather than allowing clubs to control every commercial opportunity, Mbappé carefully managed how his name and image were used. Photographs, advertising, television appearances, marketing campaigns, digital promotions. His personal brand became a business by itself. Every year companies competed for the opportunity to work with him. Off the pitch, Mbappé also focused on protecting and growing his wealth. Financial advisors helped diversify his investments. Real estate became one of those investments: luxury properties in France, private residences, long-term real estate assets. Property values continued appreciating over time. Helping preserve his fortune, he also explored business opportunities beyond football: technology investments, sports-related companies, media projects, production partnerships, brand development. Rather than thinking only about today as income, Mbappé began preparing for life after football. He understood that even the greatest playing career eventually ends. Business could continue forever. His charitable work also became increasingly important. Through his foundation, inspired by Chem, Mbappé invested in helping young people discover educational and sporting opportunities, scholarships, youth development, community projects, support for children facing difficult circumstances. He believed success carried responsibility, the ability to help others. Financial experts frequently estimated his overall net worth at hundreds of millions of dollars, and they expected it to continue growing rapidly. Each new contract, each sponsorship, each investment, each successful business decision added another layer to his financial empire. By now, Mbappé earned money in almost every possible way: football salaries, performance bonuses, Champions League prize money, national team bonuses, Nike endorsements, luxury partnerships, image rights, commercial appearances, investments, real estate, business ventures, licensing agreements, social media campaigns. His annual income often placed him among the highest paid athletes in the world, alongside global icons such as Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and LeBron James. Perhaps the most remarkable achievement wasn't simply the money. It was how carefully Mbappé built his reputation. He avoided many controversies, maintained professionalism, protected his image, and understood that every decision affected his business value. Marketing experts often describe Mbappé as one of the strongest personal brands in modern sports. He represents excellence, speed, discipline, confidence, leadership. These qualities make companies willing to invest enormous amounts in partnerships with him. The little boy from Bondy who once dreamed of becoming a professional footballer had transformed himself into one of the most valuable athletes on earth. But despite all the trophies, the records, and the hundreds of millions of dollars, his greatest challenge was still ahead: building a legacy that would inspire future generations long after his final match. By the time Kylian Mbappé reached his mid-20s, he had already achieved more than many footballers accomplish in an entire lifetime. a FIFA World Cup champion, a World Cup Golden Boot winner, multiple league titles, hundreds of professional goals, one of the highest paid athletes in the world, and a fortune worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Yet those who know him best often say his greatest strength has never been his speed. It has been his mindset. From the very beginning, Mbappé believed that talent alone would never make him great. His father, Wilfried Mbappé, constantly reminded him that thousands of talented young footballers never become legends. The difference is discipline, showing up every day, training when nobody is watching, improving one small detail after another. Kylian embraced that philosophy. Even after becoming one of football's biggest stars, he continued working on his game. Finishing, passing, positioning, decision-making, physical conditioning, recovery, nutrition. Every season he searched for another way to become better. Many teammates have spoken about his professionalism. He arrives prepared. He studies opponents. He analyzes matches. He asks coaches questions. He watches his own performances repeatedly, not to celebrate goals but to identify mistakes. That constant desire to improve separates great players from legendary ones. Confidence has also defined his career. Mbappé has never been afraid of pressure. World Cup finals, Champions League nights, title-deciding matches, penalty kicks, millions of people watching. He welcomes responsibility. When others hesitate, he wants the ball. That confidence is not arrogance, it comes from preparation. He trusts himself because he knows how much work happened long before kickoff. Leadership became another important part of his evolution. As a teenager, he learned from experienced stars. Later, he became the player younger teammates looked toward. His voice inside the dressing room grew stronger. His example became just as important as his goals. Leading by performance, leading by professionalism, leading by belief. One of the greatest demonstrations of his character came after defeat. The 2022 FIFA World Cup final ended in heartbreak. Despite scoring an extraordinary hat-trick, France lost the trophy after penalties. Many players would have allowed such a defeat to define them. Mbappé did the opposite. He accepted responsibility, congratulated the winners, returned to training, and focused on the next challenge. That ability to recover from disappointment impressed the football world as much as his goals. Because champions are not measured only by victories, they are measured by how they respond to defeat. Away from football, Mbappé has also spoken about responsibility. He understands that millions of children look up to him. His behavior influences future generations. Through his charitable foundation, Inspired by Chem, he supports educational opportunities and helps young people pursue their dreams. He believes success should create opportunities for others, not only for yourself. Football experts increasingly discuss where Mbappé will rank among the greatest players in history. Many believe he has everything required: extraordinary speed, clinical finishing, big game performances, mental strength, professional discipline, leadership, the ability to perform under enormous pressure. If he continues developing, many believe he could become one of the greatest footballers the sport has ever seen. His story has inspired millions of young athletes across the world. Children from France, Africa, Asia, Europe, South America, every continent. They see a young boy from Bondy who dreamed without limits, who refused to fear impossible challenges, who transformed potential into achievement, who built not only an incredible football career but also one of the strongest personal brands in global sports. Today, Kylian Mbappé represents much more than goals and trophies. He represents ambition, discipline, preparation, courage, responsibility, and a belief that greatness is earned every single day. His journey proves one timeless lesson. Talent may open the first door, but talent alone never builds a legendary career. Only relentless day work, smart decisions, the courage to accept responsibility, the willingness to keep learning, and the determination to improve when everyone already calls you great can transform extraordinary talent into an unforgettable legacy. The little boy from Bondy who once dreamed of becoming a professional footballer did far more than achieve his dream. He became an inspiration to the next generation and a reminder that true legends are not born. They are built one training session, one decision, and one day at a time.